What's up, pretty gang? It's your favorite nail tech Peaches, back with another video, and I am back from vacation. You guys, my birthday is past. I am 28 years old, and I'm here to show you guys a little bit of the process I went through to get my nails like this. If you follow me on my personal page or my nail page, you have already probably seen some of these posts. So before we get into it, let's make sure that you guys are all caught up on my coupon codes, my Amazon storefront. Follow me on social media, and don't forget to subscribe and turn those notifications on. I apologize, you guys. I had it all set up that over these past 9 days I was going to be posting and doing X, Y, and Z on YouTube, and you guys, I quickly realized that with the hotel, the connection with the Wi-Fi was pretty spotty to the point where it was even hard to even like watch Hulu and stuff. So unfortunately, it kind of threw a wrench in my plans as far as editing, but it's okay because I enjoyed my vacation so much. Like literally, I will be posting some YouTube footage on my second channel that I have, so stay tuned for that and all the details, okay? But this is not about that. This is about my nails, which are money nails. For those of you who have been following me for a while, or you know, people who know me personally, they will know that typically I do money nails for my birthday, but the past birthday or two I have not. And so I was really anxious to be like, what do I want to do for my nails? And I was like, boom, money nails. So with doing money nails, right, I do have a couple on my channel already. This particular way, I took the time to cut individual pieces out of the fake money, which you can get on Amazon, and I decided I wanted to go around all the little pieces and cut out the actual shapes. Sometimes I don't do that, especially on clients, depending on the look that they're going for, their example picture, but for me, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. Now keep in mind, the best way to like tack money down is going to be with nail glue. It can take a little bit of time to get into it, as you guys can see, but once you get it glued down, it will stick and it will glue. It takes a little bit of time to get into a rhythm, but once you get into a rhythm, you'll be all good to go. Just remember that glue does not stick to glue. So if you're having trouble with the whole thing sticking, stick what you can, give it a break, and come back later and glue down those edges, because otherwise you are going to have a sticky mess that will not dry. Okay, so do not be concerned that these pieces are not glued all the way up into the very edges of the nails, because you have to remember, we're going to shape and file later on. I'm doing these on myself, so sometimes, you know, the nail application can get a little bit out of control, and you have to go back and fix certain things and stuff like that. So it's actually best if you don't glue stuff right onto the edges, because it's going to be affected later when you shape and all that. So I'm just showing you guys, it can take a lot of time to initially get started. I did my other hand and it wasn't as big of a deal or whatever, so just take your time and keep trying to glue it down. So I had a vision in my head of what I wanted to do. I wanted a clear background, which I didn't use clear tips. After I put the tips on, I kind of thought about it like, dang, I should use clear tips, but honestly, it doesn't matter. A lot of you guys have been asking, where do I get my nail tips? You guys, Nail Supply. I get most everything from the Nail Supply. Okay, this is why it's very important to know your resources and know that getting things online is not always feasible. A lot of times the Nail Supply is going to have exactly what you need, especially in reference to my supplies, because I am more of like an old school type of nail tech in the sense of all this new like COVID type of stuff, you know, since 2020. I don't really go by that because I learned how to do nails before that. So yeah, check your Nail Supply stores if you're interested in a lot of things in the video. All right, so like I said, I had a vision that I really wanted like the money to basically be like wrapped up in there. I wanted a lot of gold and I wanted bling. And so I just decided, like, you know what, I'm going to cut out these shapes and we're going to see what goes with what. You see me looking back and forth on my hands because I want a similar look, like a similar style, but maybe not exactly the same type of pieces on each nail. And so I really wanted some pieces to look extremely money-like, which is where these half circles come in, because they look, obviously they're very identifiable pieces of money. I just stuck with pieces off of the dollar sign money, what's that called, off of the dollar bill, because I just felt like color wise and design wise, that's kind of what was fitting me the most. And so this part was probably the most time consuming, just because gluing and sticking everything down. Now when it comes to the gold flakes, I knew I wanted a lot of it and I want it strategically placed. So obviously this video is 15 minutes, but you know, it took hours for me to achieve this, so just keep that in mind. you know, there's no real, this video is like not to explain what I did, but you guys like to watch me do my nails, so I'm kind of just telling you what went through my head during all this. I was very excited, very feeling myself. This is what I would consider the start of double XL. I didn't do them too long just because I didn't want to be sitting here for forever, but I did double tip. It is longer than one standard full tip. So I was very happy with that. Now I'm going to tell you later on what I did wrong and why basically all of, well, I'll explain later on why my nails kind of crumbled and fell apart and what have you. I got so many compliments in Vegas. It was crazy. Like every single day I got like at least 5+ compliments. It was amazing. I loved everything on my trip. Follow my personal page, Prettyface underscore peaches, because I do have a lot of Vegas content there. You'll see all my personal pictures, and then I will be posting a lot of content on my second YouTube page, like I had said, which was originally my original YouTube channel, but I kind of spruced it up because I realized I really do like doing food reviews and travel and I eating out and stuff. So I will have that footage there. I will link it into the description box and probably in the comment section when I do have the first video up. So that one is called Peaches Goes Places. Okay, so for those of you who are super duper interested in what I had going on in Vegas, that's going to be there. So for the gold flakes, I pretty much knew I wanted a lot of them. This is more so strategic, and this can take a while because you want to make sure your gold flakes are all the way open. And by that I mean, when you see something that looks extremely crumbled up, you're going to have to move it around and fix it like how I'm doing, because a lot of times the gold flake is like wrinkled on itself and it's not going to stick. You see how it looks like, oh, that's all there is, but no, as I move it around, there's a lot more gold flake there than what it initially seems. And I think that's the problem a lot of people have, is because they crumple up on themselves and people don't realize that they're all crumpled up. And then when you go and try to cap it, it just kind of falls apart and it slides around. So I like to use acrylic, just a little bit of clear, a little bit of clear watered down, like it more liquidy, right? And I'll just take the gold flakes and use that to initially stick it. If you try and glue them down, they become hard. It's going to be very, very difficult. And then if you do not put enough acrylic, or you don't tack them down well enough and try to cap right away, they are going to move around. So this is why you guys always see me with gold flakes. I pretty much put them down on top of the wet acrylic, and then I will put a tiny bit of wet acrylic on top, and I'll come back later and cap later. This is the easiest and most like time saving method that I have come up with or come across. I know everyone does it differently. This is how I do it, and so that pretty much helps with that. So So you guys, I apologize for how I sound. I got really congested in Vegas because of all this, like, cigarette smoke and everything like that. And the weather, it was a little chilly, so I apologize. I've been resting. But yeah, so pretty much this is how I achieved this look. We're about to get into how I did the bling. And the bling was something I was like kind of not struggling, but I was like, dang, what do I want to do? I knew, I was like, you know what? I want to do some nude bling. None of the bling that I put on myself is Swarovski. I want to let y'all know that right now, because people are still making a big deal out of like, oh, I have Swarovskis. Swarovskis ain't no big deal no more. I'm sorry to say this. I find quality bling all the time. You can get them at like nail conventions, different nail stores, different suppliers online. I don't have any like specific names. Well, people use Blue Street crystals and stuff like that. Okay, so this is after shaping and filing. I did not show myself because, you guys, it is hard enough to even capture the footage, and it'd be long footage, and it's just a little bit too much. So this is from the side, just to show you guys it's not super lumpy and bumpy, and they're not extremely thick. So I did this one finger for test measures, and I'm like, is this what I want to go with? And I really wanted to incorporate 1995 on my nails. I don't typically do that for myself, but this time I was like, you know what, do I have enough of the numbers? And I absolutely did. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll put the number in the middle, right? Because of how I placed all of the money pieces. I'm like, okay, it won't cover up the money. So I went ahead and did that. And then I was like, well, how do I want the rest? You know what I'm saying? So that's when I decided that I wanted to go ahead and make a linear type of design down the middle, and have kind of like, it's not a cuticle area, but kind of like a halo situation more at the top, to really accentuate it. A lot of this bling, you guys, you can get bling from Michaels. You can get bling. What are they called? Preciosas and things like that. I would look for bling that has at least 13 plus cuts. If you don't know what that means, a cut is basically how many little spaces are in the bling that the light shines through, basically. So basically, if you see something that has only like 10 cuts, I'm gonna be honest, it's not gonna shine very much. Okay, these number bling you can find in my Amazon storefront in the link below, as well as the shapes bling. You can find that in my Amazon storefront as well. So look for stuff that has at least 13 plus cuts. Now, you kind of have to just go with the flow when you're designing bling. This was freestyle. I was just playing around, and lo and behold, I found something that I really liked. I feel like it's a different design than most people do. And so I really, really enjoyed having nails that I know for a fact nobody else has these. Okay, I feel like it really shines through my style, and it just worked out really well. These nude blings are a mix from, like, I get them from, like I said, Michaels. You get bling from Hobby Lobby, and then there is a nail supply that when I was at the convention last year doing that workshop, they basically had some bling, and I bought some from them. I can't remember the name. I'd have to like go on Instagram and look or something. But yeah, just look for at least 13 plus cuts. If you can find something like 16 to 20 cuts, oh boy, you're gonna be shining like nobody's business. Okay, but now what I did wrong, right? Because all of these numbers popped the hell off, and the reason that was, and I knew it was going to be a problem when I initially top coated. My mom had came through so I could do her toes before we go to Vegas, right? And I did not initially plan on doing her toes, but she had said something about wanting her toes done probably like a couple days prior. So I was like, if you want them done, can you please come now? Because I'm about to do my nails. I wanted to finish my nails first, but I was not able to. Okay, so I was top coating around the bling like I normally do. However, for some reason, when I initially top coated with the thick bling gel that I like to use, or it's not bling gel, but like my top coat is kind of mixed with glue just from using it with bling, it didn't cure properly, and I need to probably get another lamp because I think I have lights broken again, and something seemed a little off about it. But instead of taking it off and doing the right thing, I was like, I'm just gonna top coat again with my regular top coat. I knew that was the wrong thing to do, because even as looking at it, I'm like, why is this peeling? Instead of taking all of it off, right? Because who want to re-top coat around this bling and peel? No. So I just decided, okay, I'm going to redo the areas that peeled, but nothing else. And I top coated again. And yeah, in Vegas, basically, all of those numbers popped off. All the rest of the bling pretty much stayed on. And yeah, so currently I have these nails with none of the numbers on. It's so sad. They didn't even last all the way to my birthday. I want to say probably like 1 or 2 popped off by then. So sad. So just make sure you do the right thing. A lot of times I have a tendency to shortcut on my nails and don't do them as, I don't want to say as nicely as I would the customer, but I won't follow all the steps, or, you know, little things I would normally fix on a customer, I would not fix on myself, and I should have. So just beware of that. But yeah, as far as the bling design, I made sure that all of the bling, and this was a struggle to make sure I had all the same colors and everything, because again, I don't sit down and say, hey, do I have all the right colors and sizes and everything I need? I don't do that. I just was like, what do I have to work with, and we're gonna make it work. And luckily I had enough of all the same things that they looked all identical, and I was so happy, so proud of myself. I enjoyed my birthday, I enjoyed my vacation. Like I said, you guys follow me on social media so that you can keep up with my vacation. I ate at a ton of great places. I got tons of footage, tons of Vegas content, and I will continue a lot of the travel content and stuff even here locally, because I'm located in Sacramento, California. So, you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, or at least enjoyed watching me do this all myself. I know this is not a video that's neither here nor there, but you guys do say you like to watch me do my nails and see the outcome. I appreciate all of you guys' support. I mean, it is crazy the amount of you that show love and support, and I thank you. And I just hope y'all continue rocking with me. All right, here is a final look once again. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video.